Good evening. Live from New York, the CC Radio Network is proud to bring you tonight's show, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc, where we talk about religion like you've never heard before. There's no evangelists here, just talk about religion with a twist. So let's get started and have some fun. Welcome our hosts for tonight, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc.
There is no heaven, there is no hell, there is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc. I'm the Rev.
And I'm the Doc, and I got to tell you, when he talks about things getting darker, political atmosphere is getting darker and darker, boy.
Oh, yeah, listen, first thing we've got to do is we've got to give you a phone number, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought we'd wait another half hour. You know.
I was thinking about it, but I figured maybe it's time. 516-336-8510.
You did that very well.
We're going to also turn on
the chat rooms, broadcasting live on iHeart. We're not broadcasting live at iHeart, on the Spreaker and Blog Talk Radio, and our blogs are on quite a few different. We don't even know where
sources,
it's on,
but we're also on iHeart station. We're on. Where else are we on? iTunes, YouTube, TuneIn. If you
turn
really
on, tune in, drop out, huh?
Yes, if you really want to listen to us, you can, and if you want to avoid us, you can do that also. We're easy to find and easy to avoid.
Very easy to avoid.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first quiz of the day. He is Lucifer in the flesh.
He's a real. Can you beat that? This is John Boehner, ladies and gentlemen, former Speaker of the House, describing none other than
Cruz.
Let me tell you,
Lion Ted, as Donald calls him, Lion Ted.
Boehner said that from the time he and the Tea Party came into Congress and the Senate, he said he's had nothing but problems. And really, I mean, who was instrumental in shutting down the government?
17 days, I think.
Ted Cruz. He and a bunch of other representatives in the House pushed around their weight and shut down the government. And why? All because of Obamacare. Okay?
Not that it made much difference. If it served a purpose, that's different. But what purpose did it serve?
Well, all I have to say is that each one is calling for the other one to drop out. Trump says, look, I'm the presumptive nominee, and it'll be obvious after Indiana.
And that's what...
The only thing that Cruz and Trump agree on is that they say that Kasich should drop out because he doesn't stand the ghost of a chance, which in a way is true. But, you know, when you compare them all, and I don't mean Bernie and Hillary, okay, Kasich is the most middle-of-the-road Republican you're going to find. Now, he's still too conservative for me, okay? But, you know, he's talking about being civil while they're all ranting and raving at each other. And it's unfortunate, but, you know, this is, at least in the Republican Party, this is the year of the outsider. They want nothing to do with, you know, the ordinary Republican.
But listen, if you listen to Cruz...
He says he is an outsider.
No, he says that Trump and Hillary are one of the same.
Well, because he's saying that Trump is just a Democrat in disguise.
Yeah, he says,
he
says Trump supports Obamacare, blah, 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 all these things. And
Well, and on the other side, talking about the Democrats, I mean, the only thing that I can say is that it may be difficult for Bernie to bring around his supporters to vote for Hillary because there are a lot of young people and they are all, they are staunchly in favor of what he has to say. And as it looks now, if Hillary gets the nomination, many of them are saying they're not going to vote. And that would be a mistake. Okay? I mean, it's your constitutional right. I just think that by not voting, they're making it that much easier for the Republicans to sneak, and I really do mean sneak, into the White House.
Well, how would you feel if they voted but decided to vote Republican?
Well, they still have the constitutional right to vote. I mean, I know a couple of people who surprised me, and they said they're voting for Trump. And, I mean, we are the coffee club. We encourage people to vote, do we not?
And we do not tell them.
And we do not tell them who to vote for. So the bottom line is, we want you to go out and vote. It's your constitutional right. If you're a Trump supporter, be proud. Say it. You won't get that out of me. I'm a Bernie supporter, but I know that right now he doesn't stand a chance. And I really would like to see him and Hillary begin to make some sort of peace before the convention in Philadelphia.
One of the things that I see is very disturbing is what was happening yesterday in California.
Oh, today.
I thought it was today.
Yesterday. I said today. It happened today.
Happened today? I think it also happened yesterday, too.
And they were saying that, in case you don't know, there were many anti-Trump. There was an anti-Trump rally outside of one of the venues that he was going to be speaking at, and he had to be helicoptered in through sort of like a secret tunnel or something because they were worried. They were worried about, trouble. And one of the reporters said, this may be a precursor to what might happen in Cleveland in July.
Well, the problem was these protesters were pretty violent.
Well, they were very loud. They did break through the barricades, but I don't, I saw one protester jumping on a police car.
Yeah, but they broke the windows of the police car. They smashed the windows. They tried to turn it over.
Well, that's all ordinary. When you get people who are frustrated, I'm thinking back to the 68 Democratic Convention, as I'm sure you can picture, okay? And the young people, well, first of all, the police started hitting them with batons and
not in this
attack
case.
dogs. No, I'm saying in 68. Yeah. That didn't happen here. And I think it didn't happen here because the crowd was more or less venting its anger toward, the car, the windows, not against another person or the police per se.
One Trump supporter got beat up.
Well.
And cops had, bottles thrown at him.
Okay.
It's just not good.
I mean, it's just a shame that we 21st century we haven't learned how to protest without violence.
If these people have a good cause, like they were saying in the news, they both have the First Amendment rights, but you can't stop the other one from. One can't stop the other from doing it.
Well, if you remember back when the Black Lives Matter came about quite a few months ago, they interrupted a Bernie Sanders campaign. And what I said was, look, they have every right to protest. But by them taking over the podium and preventing him from speaking, they are
taking away his rights.
Taking his Second Amendment rights.
First Amendment.
First Amendment rights, right.
We don't need
we don't need guns. Guns, exactly. Yeah, my bad. I am so sorry. My bad. So used to talking about guns. But, there has to be a meeting of the minds here and a compromise.
Yeah. Just say, listen, you want to protest, you put out signs, but you don't attack cops, break windows, damage.
It's very true. I mean, before our show, I come in here with a sign because I want a raise in salary. But when it comes to doing the show, I put my sign down, and here I am doing a show with you.
That's right.
I want more money for what I do.
I don't blame you. We both agree to that.
Very true.
Argue, we both agree.
Very true. Very true.
But it's and for you people for the people who don't like Trump, scenes like this are good for Trump, where they say, the other side is now violent, they're thugs.
Well, did you hear what he said today? He said, I had to go through a fence and this and that, and he said it was almost like I was sneaking in through the border.
Yeah,
That's just what he said,
He was. He wound up speaking on the other side of the border in Mexico. He just didn't know it.
Speaking of Mexico, by the way.
They're going to pay to build the wall.
Not really, because if you... the former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, and the current president said, you got to, pardon my language, you got to be shitting me. You think I'm going to pay, you think my people are going to pay for a wall? Forget about it. Yet Trump is adamant by saying that they're going to pay for it. By the way, did you listen to any part of his speech the other day, this week?
You mean his address?
Yes.
On the foreign?
Yes.
Yes.
First of all, you can tell he was reading from a teleprompter. As much as he made fun about everybody else, Obama, Hillary, reading from a teleprompter, he read. You can tell that he was reading because
you can tell that all of them are reading from teleprompters.
No, Obama and Hillary have trained themselves to be able to look out at the crowd and not constantly be looking at the teleprompter to know where the hell they are on his speech. He didn't take his eyes off that teleprompter. He never made eye contact straight ahead. He spoke slow and deliberately, which I guess was, they told him to do that. But I couldn't believe that he snowed so many people because the people that they had on after him were praising him. What a great speech. And me, I was sitting there listening to it and I'm saying, what a friggin' hypocrite. Because he talks about he doesn't talk about Bernie so much as he does Hillary. Hillary and the other candidates sounding very robotic. He came out and he said, welcome, and I'm glad to be here, and this and that. And this is what he was knocking just a day or two before that. Okay, the fact that they come out and they say, oh, I'm so happy to be here in Birmingham or Binghamton.
This was not that. This was not a rally. This was a very conservative crowd he was sitting with.
It was an ordinary crowd. They did have some big shots there because he was talking foreign policy, so they had a couple of senators out there and Congress people.
Did you look at it? It was like a theater thing. Well, very few people allowed to go in there. There was no clapping involved. It was a very small audience.
But I did notice that the clapping was very subdued, and I questioned that. I wonder.
Did you look to see the whole theater, the whole place?
They never. When I was watching, they never showed the audience.
Yeah, there was maybe 100 seats in the whole place. It was not a rally or anything, or even close to it.
Okay.
It was, it was supposed to be where he was supposed to be presidential and talking about his foreign affairs.
In other words, it's like if you took over Harold's to give a speech, you get 100 people in there, right?
I'd get one.
Or walk and roll?
One.
Well, other than yourself?
No,
I'll come and listen.
You.
That's right.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, forget about Forget about that part. Did he have anything new that you heard from him, or anything that he said that was scary to you?
Well, he did say that